My parents came to Canada from Scotland about 5 years before I was born. But they always taught me to set goals and then work hard to make sure that I attained them. I was really fortunate to grow up in Gananoque. My parents owned a small motel, and we all worked hard. The family all pitched in. There was at one point, I know, that we could barely afford to get the snow plowed, and as 11 and 12-year-olds, my brother and I were out there shoveling the snow, and it was the way the family made ends meet, and we all worked hard. My father wouldn't take no for an answer. He didn't embrace the excuses, he embraced solutions, and so that's what he really pushed me on. My parents always taught us to get involved in the community, to make our community a better place to live, but we always talked politics at the dining room table, and it instilled in me a interest in the nation's affairs. And then I ended up going to Carleton University, not far from our area, and part of the reason that I was drawn there was my interest in federal politics. And at that point I got involved in student government there, as well as involved in the Conservative Party. I ended up running for town council and worked hard in our community, and that was what really drove me in terms of community service. I think one of the key things is experience in the community and knowing our community, and the only way that you can really do that is by being involved first as a volunteer, and in my case in elected office in a number of capacities. But in order to serve the community, you really need to know it, and I feel that over many, many years of community involvement through things like the United Way of Leeds and Grenville, that I know our communities. And Leeds and Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes is a big riding. And in order to get to know people throughout, it takes many years of building those relationships and understanding what our communities need. And I know that with my many years of experience that I do know that. We see many people in politics, first of all, who want to be someone rather than do something, and then we see people that get into the process and they're too hyper-partisan. There's good ideas from all sides, and if you can work with people from all sides, and I think that people know that even if they know that I might disagree with their position, that I'll be happy to talk to them and sometimes find that we actually have common ground. And in order to do that, you just can't dismiss people out of hand because you disagree with them. Well, the thing that I've really focused on since I became the Member of Parliament, and even when I was on Town Council, is job creation and working hard to make sure that our economy is as positive in terms of growth as it possibly can, but at the same time protecting our way of life here. One of the things that I was a strong advocate for was the expansion of broadband services, because that allows that knowledge economy to thrive. So in our area now, broadband services are available throughout. And there's so many things in terms of our location. We have the St. Lawrence Seaway. We have Canada's busiest highway running through our riding. We have rail service. We have a very vibrant agricultural sector. Tourism is very important to our riding. I know that well, having grown up in that industry, but it employs almost 4,000 people in our riding. That's a lot of people that depend on tourism. Everywhere I go, people are excited about all the positive things that are happening. There's new jobs being created, there's new energy, things are vibrant. As I go into North Grenville, there's a lot of residential growth, which is driving a lot of the retail sector. All of the new jobs that have been created down at the Johnstown Prescott area. In Brockville, there's a new sense of optimism with new plants, with the new aquatorium coming on. In Gananoque, the tourism sector, with all of the positive investments in the Playhouse and in parks, in the National Park, and in the new Thousand Islands Boat Museum. Well, I've served 11 years in Ottawa. I'm proud, of course, of the infrastructure investment, the economic development money that's come our way. But on the other side, there's some other things that I've been involved with that I'm really proud of. First of all, was finally getting that bill through that allows parents of critically ill children to have the employment insurance support. And that's something that's making the difference in lives of many families who are facing those challenges. Over the last year or so, I've been working closely with people who are facing the challenges of autism and the help that they need, and pushed in Ottawa for the government to take action on that. As well, many of our people in our area, because of our senior growth in our senior population, many people are dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's, and that's another area that I've been very active on to help. And I'm proud of the fact that I have made a difference. I often say, if you're lucky enough to serve in a certain role, that if you leave things better than they were when you got there. I don't want to leave just yet, but I know now that things are a lot better than they were when I first took over as being the Member of Parliament in 2004. And as I stand here today, I want them to be even better. And that's what drives me to want to be the Member of Parliament and continue to do that for the people of this riding. I want to serve, I enjoy serving, I'm passionate about it. I have a young family, and I'm doing this very much for the future that I see for them, and for all of the families and all of the people that live in our riding. There's so much excitement for the future for the people of our riding. I'm proud to have been part of it. I want to be part of its future.